Hey there, fellow authors. Debbie Drum here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the importance of getting book reviews. You know it. It's really, really important to get that social proof, that social aspect of other people virtually raising their hands and telling other people that your book is great and that they should buy it too. In today's world, most buying decisions happen as a result of reviews. Think about your own purchases in your own life. You can't deny it. We live in a world where reviews and social proof mean everything. I mean, before you watch a movie, buying anything on Amazon, buying an app, a restaurant that you want to eat at. I can go on and on forever. And this is the same with books. Now I know when it's time to get reviews, you have done so much work with writing, formatting, getting images for your book, descriptions, research, getting a perfect cover. Now it's time to get reviews. So what usually happens? Well, this is what happens. You go ahead and you start to ask your friends and family for a favor. You go on forums, you go on Facebook groups, and you ask for reviews to get that social proof you need. You might even go on review swapping sites, which is against Amazon terms. And you can go on Fiverr and also buy reviews, which is also against Amazon terms. And then you also have KDP select days where you do all these things, but you also kind of cross your fingers and hope for the best and hope people will leave reviews on their own, even if you ask them to do so inside of your book. So there's got to be a better way to get reviews. And here's what most people don't do. What about looking at people who already reviewed books in your exact niche? So let's say your book was about paleo diets, and how about finding other books and finding where there are a ton of reviews, like this one, 725, and asking people and reaching out to them and saying, hey, I see that you reviewed a book about paleo. My book is about paleo, and you're probably going to love that too. So how about I give you a copy and you read it and review it? And most of the time, people will love to do that because they've already read books in that niche, so that they're already interested in that book. However, while this method sounds great, there is a big problem. And the problem is that out of these 725 people, most of them don't have any contact information. They don't have their real name, they don't have an email address, no website, so there's absolutely no way to contact these people. However, there is a certain percentage of that 725 reviewer number that actually do have contact information. However, the big problem here is if you were to dive into Amazon and do the research yourself and extract that reviewer information, it would take you hours upon days upon hours to get that information. Even if you hired somebody to do it, it's still intense labor. And that is why I developed Book Review Targeter. Let me show you what this simple but powerful tool does. Okay, so here we are inside of Book Review Targeter, and the very first thing we want to do is type in some keywords that are related to our niche. Another thing we can do is put in a specific book name if we want to find specific reviewers for that book. I'm just going to type in love languages and select it right here as if we were doing a book on love languages, and I'm going to let the tool run. Okay, so what the tool has done, it has pulled up books that are similar to love languages. And as you can see, there are tons of reviews. There's 292, there's 1,084, 12,629. So what we would want to do is we would want to go ahead and run some of these books. So I can click that one, I can click that one, and the tool is going to go through each of these profiles, 292, 1084, and it's going to find the reviewers that have some sort of contact information, whether it is a website or social links. And if you are on some of the pro plans, then you're also going to have access to our database of over 100,000 reviewer emails that we've collected over the years, because Amazon does not show this information anymore. But lucky for us, lucky for our secret society, that we have these reviewers who are still willing and happy to review your book. So you'll get access to that, and you'll just check out the different plans below. So this searching process is going to be going on in the background. And if you go over to the reviewers tab, it's not going to be there. If you hit refresh on your browser or refresh right here, you're going to see that the review is in process, and you're going to get an email when the system is actually done searching your book. So these are what the reviews look like here. So this is a book that I ran earlier, and you can see we've got an email. Now, some of these emails were from our database, but we also have a cool tool that's called the BRT crawler, that if somebody only puts a website, we are actually crawling through that website for any additional contact information like an email or some social links, so you don't have to physically go to that website and manually search that content yourself. The crawler is going to do that for you. So here's an example of an email. Here's an example of someone with a website and an email. Now here's an example of somebody who has social links on their account, so you can easily contact that person through Twitter or Pinterest. And if we go down here, we could see more. Here's YouTube and Twitter. So there's tons of different ways that you can contact these reviewers. So let's see what else you can see. You can see the review stars, and you can also actually see the actual review right here on the screen. For those people on the Pro plan, you'll be able to filter out your rating. So if you don't want to see 1 and 2 stars, you can completely eliminate those. For those people who are on the regular plan, don't worry, we've got you covered. I'm going to show you how you can export your results easily, sort through them on a Google spreadsheet, and easily weed out the people that you do not want to contact. If you wanted to, you can also go ahead and click on that, and you'll see the person's profile come up on Amazon. Okay, so this is a lot because you can kind of see who you're going to be talking to. You can do a little bit of research before you actually reach out to the person. Remember, this is coveted data. This is data that it's very hard to access if you were going to be doing this manually, because as you can see, this book here, I think, had like 12,000 reviews or something, and you don't always get 12,000 people with contact information. So that means that you would have had to spend hours upon days upon days upon days extracting this data manually, whereas now you can just do it in a few clicks of a button and get all this information at your fingertips to contact these people. And you remember, you do not need hundreds of reviews to be successful. You need 5 to start out, get your first 7, and that will pick up the momentum to get you more book sales. Now, what you want to do next is you want to kind of go ahead and select the books that you want here, and then simply go ahead and export this into a CSV file. The CSV file will download right away, and let me show you what to do inside of Excel to go ahead and manage your data and contact these reviewers. So I'm going to show you how to easily import your data into a Google spreadsheet, which is free. You can also use Excel, but I like using Google Sheets because you'll see in a minute why. But this is what the data looks like. So everything is in its own column. You got the email, the websites, all the social links here, the profile URL, the review URL, the book, the ASIN number, the review stars, and the review text. So if you wanted to kind of peek through and say, well, I don't want any of these like 1 or 3 star reviews, you can always sort by review stars, or you can literally just easily remove people from your database that you don't want to contact, okay? So you'll be able to email whoever has an email address. You'll be able to reach out to whoever has a website, and you can see all the social links right here. Now, we're not going to stop there. I'm also going to provide you with a template that you can use to contact reviewers. So I'm going to provide you with this email template that you can just literally plug and play. And if you use Google Sheets, I recommend using an add-on called YAM, Yet Another Mail Merge, which allows you to send free up to like 50 emails a day. And you can do that and contact reviewers with no problem of spam as long as you use the right language, which I talk about inside the tool. And I'm also going to be adding some new training on how to contact people through these social media links because it is a little bit different and it is a little bit more personal. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that so that you'll get more yeses than nos. So it's time right now to take action to get more reviews. You cannot ignore this process. If you ignore the review process, your book is not going to sell on autopilot. You need reviews for social proof, and I'm going to help you get those 5, 10, 15 reviews that you need to trigger those book sales and start your circle of book sales. As long as your content's great, then there's no stopping you. So get inside Book Review Targeter today. Check out the plans. We're excited to have you on board.